Welcome to Factorio Space Age. I'm the 80s gamer, and I have been playing Factorio for approximately 400 hours. I am by no means an expert, but I definitely love the game and wanted to share it with you guys on the channel. I am a I'm late to I came to Factorio late, so I definitely did not get in on early access or any of the super early versions of it. Um, I saw someone else playing it on YouTube and thought it looked like a fun game and gave it a try and have so far been hooked and really enjoyed the base game, which I've played several times all the way through. I've also done some mods and some other stuff. And when they announced, I actually was working on the space exploration mod when they announced Space Age. And I decided that that would be something I really was wanted to try out the Space Age mod. Now, you can migrate existing save files, but I figured that would sort of defeat the purpose because they've changed a lot of things. So I thought we could explore some of the changes that have happened in Space Age together. And if you're a longtime Factorio player, awesome, welcome. If you're a new Factorio player who's discovering it through the Space Age and just want to play, awesome. A little bit about me. I am not a min-max player, although I try to do a good job, maybe not the best job. So probably watching me would be a good way to both learn some tricks and things to do, but also probably some things not to do. Because again, I am not one of those players who's put in 2,000 or 3,000 hours. You can definitely find those folks out there. Um, I'm pondering whether or not to sort of make my blueprints and stuff available. Let me know in the comments whether or not that's something you'd like to see, especially if we make any. I also borrow from blueprints of others, so I sort of believe in the theory that if someone else has made an amazing blueprint and it's okay to use it as long as you give credit. So anytime I use a blueprint by somebody else, I'm going to call out what it is and where I got it and all that stuff. So you can see I play a little bit of a test game, but I thought we could start a new game together. Before we start, there's a few mods that are sort of critical to doing a YouTube stuff. So you have to have the base mod, the elevated rails, quality, and space age. This is the basics. Afraid of the dark. This mod basically keeps it daytime, so you guys can see YouTube has a tendency to darken up videos, so this will make that go away. Auto deconstruct is a cute little thing that basically later in the game when we have robots, but also before we do, it will mark miners that don't have any resources. It just makes cleanup easier. It doesn't really do anything. Squeak through is very popular for anyone who's played the game for a really long time. It allows you to fit through smaller spaces. One of the annoying things in Factorio is getting stuck in a forest of trees and stuff like that. And this lets you can't get over things, but you can fit through, which is kind of nice. And Auto Ghost Builder is a new mod that I'm trying out. In the past, I used something called nanobots, which basically gave you early robots because I don't really need to go through and you don't really need to see. The early game is hard enough. It doesn't need to be extra hard. What Auto Ghost Builder does, as you can read here, is that basically it allows you to use a blueprint early game, and it's not as sort of cheaty as nanobots were, where like then it would just take stuff and build it. You actually have to then cursor over it. What it's basically saving you for is that in the early game, before you have constructor robots, and if you're brand new, none of this will make sense to you, but don't worry, we'll explain it when we get there. But basically what this allows you to do is you just hover your mouse over the blueprint and then it puts the piece down, which saves you from basically having to tap your pipette tool, which for me is Q. So having to tap Q, then click, then move my mouse, then tap Q, and then click. This saves me from having to do that. So let's blueprints be a little bit more useful and early game and not. Oh, looks like we have an update. What is it for? Auto Ghost Builder. All right. Well, I haven't had any trouble with it, so I might just leave it alone for now, and we'll see what happens. So let's start a new game together. All right, yes, we want to play a space age game. And let's see, what do we want? A couple things I like to do. I like rail worlds, but I don't like to lose all of my. I don't like to lose all of my. Can we do 75s? Yep. Okay. I actually like to increase the richness of crude oil because it makes some of the later game stuff better. We'll leave everything else the same because I don't actually know anything about this part of it. Terrain, great, no clue. Sometimes cliffs can be annoying. They can change how the building works, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Enemy, I don't want peaceful mode, but I also don't want evolution. I want to encounter the enemies so that we can try them out and try out the new weapons and all the new stuff, but I don't want to have to deal with them expanding. And like that, that's not going to be the focus of the game is to build and encounter the enemies, but not necessarily. Peaceful mode basically means they won't attack. I'm okay with them attacking us and sort of stuff, but I want to get to a point where we can handle it so we're not being wiped out. So, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buff the starting area and I'm going to turn off pollution so that we're not doing that part of it. Spoilage, this is a thing that I don't understand what this does exactly. I've heard it can change the dynamics of the game quite a bit, make it a little bit more difficult. Let's leave it at normal for now because I really don't know. But yeah, so let's see a preview of our world. See what we got. Nice foresty area. All the base resources are really close together. That's great. I love that. Water's down below. That'll make it a little bit challenging. So far I'm loving this seed actually. If you want to play along, it's up here. So there it is. We've got, looks like oils to the west and waters to the south. So that seems pretty strong. Nuclear, we'll be able to set up a really nice nuclear site after we wipe out these aliens down here. Yeah, there's the biters. Big coal to the right. Okay. Yeah, a little island and something off that way. Yeah, this looks great. This looks like a great first start. I really like that everything's clustered together. So let's do it. Now, again, new players, you have the basic premise is we have crash landed on a planet. Again, I will also try to talk through some of the shortcuts and keys and things like that that I use as we go through. So dispatch interstellar space platform, you'll need to research advanced technologies in order to unlock rockets, silos, and discover other planets. Start small, work your way up, construct valuable resources, and things we go. All right, cool. So they've also changed a little bit of the base research. You now have to craft some things to start unlocking stuff. I think they might have taken this from like Dyson Sphere program does this, and then you start basically having to create these little science packs. And as you can see, there's first you get red and green science, then you get blue science, then it looks like there's a military science which is gray, or I think it's gray, not black, and then you get other stuff. And this is all new to me. Right now we're past the part that I know anything about. I get up to about white science, which is space age, I guess, and then yeah, looks like we're gonna get up to red other science packs. So cool. But right now we don't do anything. We just have to start building stuff, and we will get it. We'll get it done. All right, so first thing you should do is you should open your ship and take the ammo out. If you shift click on it, it will move it over into your inventory. Now, the other components of your ship have some stuff. So let's go get those. They just help early base game. I don't remember which ones contain stuff, but you get some plates. That one has nothing. Yep, nothing. Nothing. Anything down here? Nothing. Okay. You can deconstruct your ship. I don't think it gave us anything in the past. No, it just takes it off the landscape. I think it's kind of fun, so I'm going to actually leave it. Now, all of our main resources that we saw were up here at the top, so we are going to come up here and start some stuff. We're going to want a little bit of wood, so I'm going to grab some. And this is just right-clicking to harvest. You can hold right-click and kind of walk around and drag, which is great. You might notice I have 4 quick bars turned on. I like that. It starts out, if yours doesn't look like this and you're a brand new player, you can adjust the number of quick bars in the settings. I like 4 just because I end up having so many things. And I'll explain some of the other interface stuff as we get to it. Okay. So now, base mining. You have got to start yourself and do some stuff. So the most important resource at the beginning of the game, and the one that we'll use the most of, is going to be iron. So clearing out a few of these trees just to give us some space. And what we want to do is get ourselves... unfortunately, we did not run into any big rocks. That would have been amazing. But let's open our inventory, and I'm going to put some stuff on our bar. So I'm going to put miners on our bar. I'm going to put this on our bar. I'm going to put iron plates on a bar. I'm going to put wood on a bar just so we can see what we have. Now, first up, like I said, is a miner. Let's put it, say, I put a little bit of a plan on how I want this to work. So I'm going to put this one there, put a smelter right there, and look, it needs fuel. So we have to right click and gather a little bit of our own coal to start things off. So we're going to do that just so that we can get things going. And then we're going to let's put coal down here because we will be using a lot of that. And we're going to feed it into our miner to start with. Goes right there. See? He's going to start doing that. And we're going to get a little bit more coal because that miner is going to feed that coal into the furnace. Let's get 5 coal to start with. You'll see how this all works in a second. We need 9 plates to create another one of those miners. So it's kind of our goal. Now I'm going to take this, and this time I'm going to control click on this furnace, and it's going to put all of that in there that we had. Now, stone is another thing that we need because furnaces are made from stone. So we also need to gather ourselves some stone. So while we're building those initial iron plates, we are going to gather some stone. And early game, it's all hand done, right? So that's what we're doing. Let's put our stone down here on our bar so we can just see how much we have. And let's keep gathering stone. Now, if you look on the right-hand side over there, you can see that it says it's stone, and the amount under my cursor there is 1,196.95. That's because we are mining this stone. Some games, some factory games, particularly Satisfactory, which we have played on the channel, have unlimited resources. That is not the case with Factorio. We will need to we'll need to keep moving around and gathering more resources as we go. Now, we have some stuff. We need more of these guys. So I'm going to, if you click once, it makes 1. So we're going to do click twice and get 2 of these. And the first one we're going to get here is we're going to get ourselves a very cool setup. We're going to take 1, and then we're going to point another one, and we're going to point them at each other. Now what this does is it creates like a little mini loop. So if I take this coal and I put it in this one, watch what happens. That other one is going to start up. Now, it might seem like they would, you'd run out and this is a bad idea. But what happens is they actually mine more than they burn. So they're going to start building up. For us. And that's what we want them to do. I need a little bit more stone. So let me walk over here to stone. And let's get a little bit more stone. We need more furnaces. So that is definitely a priority at the moment. We'll get more miners, right? Because we're going to get a miner on copper and we're going to get a miner on stone, and that is what we're going to we want to be working on. But right now, to be able to build those miners, we need stone because you actually need a furnace for each and every one of those miners. All right, so let's come back over here. Yep, he's out of fuel. Now, let me show you how this works. I'm going to do it by hand the first time. Click it, right click, shift click, take it out of there, but you can also control click. So if I click control and I pick it up, I picked up 11 coal. So now I have 20 coal in my inventory. I'm going to take that 20 coal and I'm going to put it all in there. Now I'm going to also control click on this furnace, and now I have 20 plates. And we can make 2 more miners. Now, before we were doing a left click to create 1. If you look over there in the bottom right, there's hints. We can right click to make 5 or shift left click to make all. I'm going to just right click to make 5 because that'll get us going. And it's making the furnaces, and then it is going to make the I'm going to grab coal because what I really want to do right now, because there wasn't a lot of rocks, is I really would like to get one of these guys down, getting us some stone. So let's give it fuel. And now, if you're not going to put it in a furnace, which we are not in this case, we also need boxes. So let's put wooden boxes on the. I'm a big fan of wooden boxes. Some people like iron, doesn't really matter. We're going to put a box there, and it's going to start making us some more stone so that we are not dependent on that. And we're going to, because remember I told you, we are going to do this because that furnace can actually support enough for both. So if you look, it is way ahead of the amount of iron that it has. So 2 of those with that, that'll get us more miners. We have some other things we can build, which we will get there in a second. But we cannot build any of these. We have only iron. We could build a pump. I do want that. I will take the steam power. Cool. And it's waiting for us to do copper. We will get there. Anything else we want to build? I don't think so at the moment. We can build a few of these things just because we're going to need them. All right, let's grab a little bit more of these. And we got to go check on our stone miner because right now the stone miner is what's holding us back from being able to make more, and I would really like a copper miner. So now I suspect we can make miners. No, don't have enough iron plates, but we can come back here. We're going to control click. Look at that. Now I bet we can. Yep, we can make 1. Let's do it. And 2 of these. Let's queue it up. You can have a queue of things that it's building. All right, copper. Let's make sure it's on copper. There's 5,000 copper underneath it. Let's put it into a guy right there. And we're going to grab a little bit of coal. Take that coal and we're going to put it in there. Now, let's pick up half this coal by shift right clicking. Takes half back, and I'm going to put it in the furnace. That'll get us some copper. We're going to need copper for some electric circuits, which is sort of our next thing. All right, we're almost out of stone. I'm going to grab this tree because it's kind of in our way. I'm going to grab coal before we go over there. We have 9. And we're going to grab all the stone. And we're going to put this 9 coal in there because I don't want that guy to run out because we have got to have furnaces. So let's make another miner because we can. And we can make a steam engine. That's a good use of our stuff. We will eventually switch to steam power, so that's good. Let's click on this guy. We have another one. Can we? Yep, we can. And he needs fuel. We researched the technology. Very exciting for us. That guy needs fuel too. Do we have any extra coal? Yep, we can take some out. I don't want that guy not working, so he can get ahead though, so that's okay. Grab a little bit more coal. That's really a little bit of coal. Plates. And we need miners, yes. So electronics are finished. And now are we looking at red science? Is that where we're stuck? Yeah, can't do anything until we get red science. We have to craft a lab for that. We'll get there. Okay, so it's making our miners. And we're gonna, obviously coal, we're starting to get a little bit short. So we're gonna do this, our next trick here. We are going to make this little thing a chain. Check it out. Okay, so now, instead of having a buffer of this will all get us a little bit more coal, which we definitely need. Now, stone. Let's grab some copper. We only need a little copper. 19 stone, that's great news. And let's grab our plates. And it wants us to build a lab. We're going to need a lot more iron before we're ready for that. That's okay. Let's keep working on those guys. Suck up some coal. Can you? I've never tried this before, so you are doing it first time with me. Can we do this? Can he? Okay, so I did want to know the answer to this question, and the answer is, this is too many. So let's take it off. So 3 of them overwhelm a furnace. Does 2 of them overwhelm a furnace? Let's see. I don't actually know the rate. Unclear. Let's take our coal and put it in there. We have 2 extras of these, so I'm going to extend our chain. It'll really mean that we're not short. That way we don't, because coal is definitely going to be a thing. And I think I'm going to want more, yep, build those. I think we're obviously going to need more of these setups. I want to know if 2 is about the right number. Yeah, it looks like 2 is the right number. So let's cruise over here, grab some more stone. We have coal. Control clicking, we actually, look, he's full. Let's give this guy, make sure he doesn't stop. Keep grabbing plates, so that's good. More of these. And let's craft ourselves 3 more miners. Okay. Oh, and did I use up all of my, I did use up all my furnaces. That's okay. Coal's fine. We don't have any though. Doesn't hurt us to gather it. Look at that, 50 in one shot. That's great news. Okay, let's do this. This. That. You fuel. All fuel. That's okay. Yeah, I know. You don't have it. But we don't have enough fuel in the first one. Let's half click so that we can put fuel in there. News. Feeling a little bit short on stone, not gonna lie to you guys. We could always put down another miner if we wanted. I do want more furnaces. We're gonna continue this trend. Four. Have that, and you can have 4. Everybody's doing good. Next tier requires us to build a lab, which we can now build one, so let's do it. I have iron in my inventory. That is less than ideal. Let's do that. put it in. Oh, that was what we were supposed to be. Well, I put it in my inventory, so can't see it anymore. That was what I was going to leave this spot here for, was for iron, so that we could see if we had it. Let's go grab some stone. All right, now one thing I like to do is called alt mode. I haven't turned it on yet, but this shows you what every building is doing, and I find that to be really useful. So to get automation, we have to make ourselves some science. Science is going to take us, we have to make some chips. So let's grab our stuff. I'm also going to grab a bunch of coal so that we have it. And we need to make science packs, which I think we can handcraft a few power poles. So I think, yeah, it's fine. I think it was going to do quite that many. We need 10, so let's craft up 10 science packs. And while that's doing that, let's keep improving our supply. How are you? We've got 9 coal left. Great. We're gonna need copper plates, more stone. We can chest limits. I don't really want this guy. I don't want to suddenly pick up like too much stone, so we're gonna limit this chest to only 2 stacks. Just that way, if we forget about it, we're not, totally toast. Grab these. I would like another miner on that other side. Can we make one? Yep, we actually can make a lot. I don't want to overbuild those, though, so let's do that. I would like a boiler, just prepping us for just something to have in the queue for us. While we're doing stuff. All right, we're crafting our science. And this is what we want. So we'll start researching it. And I believe to actually do this research, we're going to need power. So let's talk about power in a second. Crafting's going good. We have 85 coal. We got this extra miner to put in here. Used up all my coal. 15 will be enough to get him going. Okay. And I would like more power poles. Let's check on our copper forge here. 38 plates, great. Grab a little bit more stone. Never believe how many of these furnaces we will need. So we need this guy, which will take more iron. We only have 15 plates. Gather plates. All right, so we need another one of these. Actually, let's set ourselves up with an. I don't know if that was the right pondering. It's okay. All right. Plenty of trees. Yeah, those guys are doing that. Can we go back to power poles? Yeah, build all the power poles you can. That will consume all of our copper, which might have been foolish, but we have 10. And we're going to grab some coal. All right, now we need power poles on our bar. We're going to use a lot of them. We'll put them, say, here. Okay, so let's bring power. We need to go down to that lake. Now, power poles in Factorio, you can place and drag, and it will automatically place them the maximum distance apart from each other. Now, that blue area is the effectiveness of that power pole. So things inside the blue area get power, and things outside do not. All right, so I want to build. Trying to think about how you guys. It doesn't make any sense to you guys yet, but it will later. There's fish in there. How does that work now? Do we just mine them like this? Oh yeah. Cool. I think fish are used for medical packs. At least they used to be. All right. I'm trying to think about how I want power to run. It doesn't. I'm overthinking it, so let's not worry about it too much for this first one. All right. Yep. Let's do power east-west. We need pipes. Thought I built some pipes. I did build pipes, and they all got consumed by my stuff, and I have no iron. Of course. Yeah, so one of the things you'll discover about Factorio is that you will occasionally do what I just did, which is get all the way somewhere and then realize, sadly, that you don't have what you need, which is a super bummer. Put all those there, and let's get some iron plates. Perfect. How is this guy doing? Yeah, furnace can't keep up with 2. That's good to know. All right, so now can I make some pipes? Because we need a bunch. We can. And I would like, say, 2 undergroundies. These. Another one of those. Great, these are inserters. They'll be useful to us. Belts are going to be important. We'll get there. And I'll start crafting some. Let's put our lab down while we're thinking about it. He can't do anything yet, but see, he won't. He doesn't have power. He gets the science pack, so we put that in there. But it doesn't help us yet because it doesn't have any power. That's what we're building. Before we head down, let's do one last grab of iron. 200 coal, very exciting. That will definitely power our jennies for a bit. Wood, just because we need to build power poles for a bit. It's not enough wood, but long term it'll be fine. Careful of wood, by the way. You can light one of those forests on fire and it will burn and you will get hurt. So be careful about burning it. Okay, now what I had meant to do before was put pipes and undergroundies on the belt. So, or on our quick bar. So this is a pump. It does not need power. For whatever reason, let's not get into the minutia of it all. I like to build an undergroundy for my pipe network because I feel like I just do. And then we're going to build one of these and we're going to get a steam engine. We're going to plug it in. Think about how I want to do this. That will be fine. We'll go towards, I guess. Now, let's talk about how this works. A pump is able to move 1,200 water a second. Okay, so 1,200 water. And this guy, can't we get his stats here? He consumes 6 per second. Okay, so you can put a lot of these steam engines on a lot of steam engines on a single off of a single pump. I think it's something like 23, or it used to be. They could have tweaked some of that recipes. It does create pollution, generates steam, generates 60 steam a second at 165. So why does that matter? Well, because this is a steam engine, and this is what actually makes fuel. So this consumes 30 a second. So that means because remember it's producing 60, we get 2. Okay, and we need to hook these up to power. Look, they do that really nicely. And then what you do is you need to feed these guys with coal. So to start with, we're just going to go like this. Put some coal in there, and away they'll go. And do we have enough for some belts? We do. We have some belts already. All right, so we're going to put belts on the bar. And we're not going to put those inserters on the bar because we're not. Actually, we'll put them on the bottom bar because we can use them. So what I like to do for a couple of my steam engines is use these inserters, and they're called burner inserters, and that is because they can take their fuel from the belt. So if you put coal on this belt, basically what happens is then they get fuel from doing that. Can I build any of the other ones? I can. Build me 5. Okay, so they can be fueled by doing that. Now, we are producing electricity, very exciting, right? We're producing 3.6 megawatts. Our lab is consuming it, so we're processing some science. I think if we look up here, we'll see, yep, look, automation is being done. Very cool. Now, what we can do is, I'm going to put inserters right here. This is an electric inserter, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it there, and we're going to put a chest, and we're going to take our coal, put it in this chest. Now, this guy needs power. Okay, no problem, right? All we do is we put a power pole right there. Look, he will do power. Now, those inserters feed themselves first, so I'll take 2 pieces of coal for itself, and then it will feed it in there. Also worth noting, inserters insert on the right side of the belt, and there are 2 sides to a belt, if you're new. If you're not new, you know that already. But we have power, and that 100 coal will last us a good long amount of time until we can bring down, ultimately what we need to do, right, is we need to bring down a belt to get that taken care of. But we finished our automation tech, Now it's time to pick the next things that we want. So, gun turrets take only 10. We're looking for things that only take a small amount. Gun turrets take 10. Some better submachine gun takes 10. Okay. What I really want though is I want logistics. This gives us some better belt tech. I want electric miners, repair packs, eventually fast inserters will be great. Steel eventually, green science. All right, let's do that. Let's do the military tech. Let's do concrete, gun turrets, nice. We shouldn't have to worry about too many of these. Let's just queue up a big queue because we need the next thing we really need to work on is automating. We're going to need to automate automate research. So let's make sure all of our miners here are fully gassed up. We want to gas these guys up too because they're going to be important. And guess, look at that. We've gassed everything fully up, and we still have 70 left over that we can gas up over here. Perfect. Tons of stone. I will take all the stone you have because I want to be crafting some stuff. So we can craft these guys. We need to have plates, which I forgot to really grab plates. Grab as many plates, and let's craft 5 of these guys. These are assemblers. Let's do those. This is for more power, which we don't need at the moment. I will take another 5 of these. What else would be worth? We could handcraft we could handcraft some more science if we wanted. I actually think I want to handcraft some belts. And we have 4 electric inserters. Yeah, that should be good, and some chests. So let's take a look at science. Green science, or red science is 2 iron plates and 1 copper bar. Because what you do is you make a copper plate. You need to insert a copper plate and some gears. And gears are made with iron plates. So essentially, we need, it's giving us the ratio there. The raw stuff, it's 2 of those and 1 of those. Great. Okay, cool. So the way that a basic supply chain is going to work, let's get this guy down in a spot down here. So he's going to go here, right? And he's going to insert the red science that he creates into there. And he needs to be powered, so let's power him up. They're both powered, and what are you going to make? You're going to make red science. Great. So you now need copper and gears. Now, gears are made in their own little shenanigan. So let's make a gear maker, and let's insert gears. Okay. And let's make this a gear maker. Look, there we go. So he's going to make gears from iron plates. So if we give this guy iron plates, then he will make gears for us. And our little copper farm, trying to decide if it makes sense to make another miner. It's like he's holding out, actually. For whatever reason, it's like it's almost 1-to-1. We have plenty of copper. So we're going to come here, right? And we're going to I'm going to shift click, shift left click. We'll put 100 of those in there. Now all we need is gears in there. So I would like my folks to be crafting, so I'm going to be crafting these things while we're talking about this. So gears. All right, well, one way to do this is by just taking plates and sticking them in there, but we can only stick a single stack into this guy. So a trick, or I don't know what I call it a trick, but at least to keep this moving, we can put a inserter, right? This over, so just to make it easier to see. And then what we do is we put our iron plates in here. And now he will feed him iron plates, he will feed him, and we're ready to go. And if we want to be super efficient about it so we can kind of ignore it for a while, which might be a good idea since we're going to do something like this. And then we go here and we put copper. That. Now we are good to go. Those 2 will feed, and away they'll go. Let's collect our coal. Let's collect our copper plates. Our iron plates. What else do we want to make while we are waiting? I don't want to I want more, make some belts. I would like a couple more undergroundies, a few more of these. Can't make any iron right now. That's a bit of a bummer. Ammunition, we shouldn't need it. So furnaces are really going to be a priority for me. In the handcrafting arena. A good smelting array needs like 100 of these. It'll all make sense. Okay. Looks like we're doing good. The lab is the holdup. More, we have science building up. Let's keep crafting. Else, I'd like inserters, but I need copper to be able to do that. Now, all right. So let's make 10 inserters. Actually, the long-handed inserters I'm not too worried about. Plenty of coal in our inventory, which is great. Let's run coal down to power, maybe. Get some more wood so that we can make more power poles, because it always sucks to run out of power poles. I also would like to be able to clear the trees off of our ore. I don't want base iron. Although now that we have some, did I actually get it? No, no. That part. Okay. Let's see. You can have my iron plates. No, I just took your iron plates. That's not what I wanted to do. That. And let's be crafting something while we're walking. Yep. Craft wire while we're walking. Because yeah, I don't want to run out of don't run out of wood. We have 130 poles. It's a fair amount. You'd be surprised though once the factory gets going. And concrete power is a bit of a ways away. All right, so we're gonna do this. How many stacks do we want to put in here? That's probably good. And how is our power supply looking? We're barely touching it. Great, doing good. I mean, it'll get going. So, about 4 engines and that little setup will keep us doing great. Seems like we might want another lab. Can we produce one? What are we missing? Yeah, iron circuits. That's fine. All right. I'm surprised that that little setup is doing as good as it is. Let's make another lab. Make a couple more of these. Just trying to use our parts and our time wisely. Let's get some long-handed inserters just because we can. Pipes always sort of sneak up on you. And we'll make some gears, because why not? Okay. Take this other lab. I'll show you the trick. You go like this, and you grab an inserter. Correct. We just need to power it. Right. So allow us to process a little bit more and keep our things moving a bit more. We're out of iron in our inventory. Good news. All right. This is a little bit of a, we're in a holding pattern. Let's give him the copper for now. Kind of thinking I want another copper furnace. Let's do that. A little bit worried about how much coal we're producing, but 150, yeah, coal's ahead. Let's shorten the chain, see if we can get away with this. I don't know how it will go, but we'll try. That, and then refuel everybody. Yep, we get tons of copper. We'll take the sheets. Not copper, we have tons of iron. Okay. Now, like we're behind. I thought we were ahead, but it looks like we are not ahead. All right. We finished logistics, so we have new stuff. We have these things, undergrounds, very exciting. Let's build 5. And we have these splitters, super important. Okay. Next is the electric mining drill. That is critical for our ability to be able to switch over from these burner miners that take coal to electric miners, which is really where I want to be next. So I'm going to do a little bit of house cleaning, try to get our stuff ready for electric miners, and then we will build our very first electric miner setup. Probably, no, probably doing what? Unclear. Let's grab you, fuel you, and I want to make more of those. All right. Everything's looking good. Gear maker is way ahead. I will take your gears because that helps me. And no iron plates in my inventory, so let's get some. And let's get some copper. Can I get a copper down here too, just so I can see how many we have? It's nice to be able to know. All right, the electric drill is moving right along. You are facing the wrong way. That will make a problem. Wrong about this part, but it'll help us. It'll be okay later. Take some copper plates. And how are you looking? Don't want this to stop, so we'll prioritize that. Copper for us. All right. We have undergroundies. We have splitters. We can make as many of those as we want. And we are, yeah, copper. Hold up. These. Yep, make chips, because we'll use them for sure. All right. Electric mining drills, 70% of the way there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's show you the map. So M to open the map. This is what we can see. We have to, if we remember, which I don't perfectly. I think what down was big oil, right? Or left to the left over here is oil. Up was something. Uranium maybe somewhere over there. Good foresty area. No enemies, which is what we would expect. I would not expect to see any enemies yet because we pushed the starting area out. But we should not ignore that they will come. Back in a little bit. So we don't want to be completely caught off guard. So we definitely need to not ignore our defensive technology. But right now, it's just about building up our readiness for which I am sort of pre-building parts I know we'll need, sort of stocking them up in my inventory while we kind of crunch away on stuff. So I need stone, because I want to build, I'll take more inserters, more belts, and all of the... There we go. Electric mining technology. Okay, cool. Now, the very first thing that we should do, now that I've thought about it, is 350 coal. I'm going to pick these up. Give us coal. And we are going to build some electric mining drills. And they take some plates, which we'll go get. Yep. Let's build ourselves. Perfect. 2 is exactly the right number. And then can I build any belts? I can. That is great news. And while we're waiting, I'm going to keep picking stuff up because electric mining drills are definitely something we're going to be building lots of. So let's put them on the quick bar. We're going to send down some coal. Let's build it, say, I want to leave a little bit of room. Our labs this is not our permanent location for our labs, by the way. Okay, so we're going to do a move like this, and they are going to put out on a belt. Okay, that belt is going to go down, 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 down. Hopefully we have enough to get there to our fuel setup. Did I do that perfectly? Not quite, but almost. Now what we do a move like this, and we suck up this coal. There's way more coal in our inventory because that's great. You go away, and you go here. There we go. So now we have a coal-fed power plant. See, a little bit of coal coming down. And can we make more mining drills yet? No, because we need more plates. That's okay. We have 500 inventory. I want to show you one other thing, so that's great. Let's grab all of this that we can, and we're going to make 3 of these. Not going to build any more of those, because we shouldn't need them. And while you're doing that, why don't you pre-build some of these? We have a shotgun, and we have the submachine gun, which we need plates for. I wouldn't mind having it. Not enough yet. Okay, that's right. All right, so let me show you. Now, if we put one of these here, I want you to see, we're going to get on both sides of the belt. So there we go. Very cool. Now, we need to build some smelting arrays, and those need a fair amount of space in my mind. Where do I want to build them? I think I want to build them north of the patch. I think I'm going to build start our smelting area up here. So, to build smelting up here, we have to go around these trees, and this is where I think I want my first smelting array. So we're going to feed it from the bottom, and I'm going to show you the very first blueprint from my blueprint book. I built this one based off of someone else's design. Bead open the blueprint, and this is the blueprint. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see it. It's quite large. It consumes an entire yellow belt. I might actually consume an entire red belt, so we can upgrade the belts later. Now, it feeds it feeds at one end and dumps at the other. You could reverse it if you wanted. I haven't done a reversal in a while. I kind of think that might be fun. So maybe we should try a reversal. Am I gonna run into anything? Clear those trees eventually. Yeah, let's do it here. And I will show you a couple things. So first is this ghost builder. You see nothing happens when I hover, but if I turn on the ghost builder, as soon as I start to hover, it starts building these items from my inventory, if I have them. So let's build a few of these. And we're going to build a few of these. We're not going to go crazy, though. And I'll explain why in a minute. All right, that should be enough. Let's turn off the ghost builder. And what was it telling us? Auto ghost builder disabled. Okay. Yep, we're going to rotate this belt, and then we're going to try something I haven't done before. It's going to be super fun. I have to kill the ghost, apparently, which we will do. Like I said, I haven't done this before, but I think it'll be super fun to have something different with you guys. So, and we're out of belts. Can we make any more? Yes, but not enough. Sorry. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's go down and check on our stuff. We're not even ready for electric. We don't even have everything sorted out yet. So let's do that. Looks like we're out of iron plates, but we are still making. Nope, we are not. Science is the most important, so you get 100, and with whatever's left, I will make belts. Obviously, belts are something that we want to automate. You have 21 of those, and you have 79, so yeah, we are not short copper. We could use some copper, though, so let's take some. And we will take whatever iron we can get. Very happy about that. We'll eventually need to get rid of these, so let's maybe do a little bit of that while we're waiting here for a second for stuff to build. You can see why I was so interested in building all of those, all of the furnaces. Look, this blueprint takes like 50 of them all on its own. All right, let's turn our ghost builder back on and finish building out these bottom ones. Okay, so we got 8 furnaces. Now, we need to do a few other things. Okay, got this guy, and this has to be removed. And I need to think about this for a second, so give me a minute, because the way this is where coal comes in my blueprint. I think I can do that, and it won't break the world. Won't know until we put coal in. That's okay. We need to have undergroundies and splitters in our bar. Okay. So, because what we need to be able to do is be able to get this out somehow. What is my thinking on this? I don't think it can reach past there. So, fun to design something new. We're doing it. Come down. Let's come over. We're going to go under. And just so we can see, we're going to go out. So that's where the iron will spit out. Seems good, right? Yeah, I think so. And we're going to feed the coal in here. What I don't know is, will this push the coal onto that belt? If it does, perfect. If it doesn't, we need to make a little curve right there. Also fine. Oh, but that will be a problem because the coal needs to continue on. Coal needs to continue on to the next one. And I'm super excited. I'm super curious about if this works. It's all right. It'll be all right. Okay. So we need to come down here and get more plates. And everybody's here still doing research. He's still doing it. All right. Let's start with the first part here. We have more plates. Make as many belts as you can. 2 miners. It's not going to be enough to saturate it, but we're going to get ourselves going. Okay. And they are going to go. The iron feeds in like that. Cool. All good. And we're going to need some power. I think this will work. I mean, obviously we don't have power yet. Bring power down, a nice straight line. We're kind of covering coal there, which I'm not thrilled about. So let's redo this a little bit. Okay. Those miners will turn on. And we need to find out about coal. So, I can't build any more miners yet, but that's okay. Once we get this set up, we will not have any more problems with iron. So, my kind of thinking was that I would clear this out and basically run a dedicated... I'm going to leave those existing miners dedicated to the power for now. Long term, we'll do some other stuff, but basically, this will keep us moving or whatever. So let's do that, and then I want to run coal up. 2 miners. We obviously need more. Let's try to cover the patch decently. 1,000 here, okay. It's going to come up. Over. Up. And in. And I want to know, you can see the iron is doing what it's supposed to do. But will the coal do what it's supposed to do, which is to be on the inside of those 2 belts? We will find out. Super excited. If it works. If it doesn't work, I will be less excited. We can make it work, but yeah. So the furnaces are complaining about fuel. No surprise there. I am going to make more inserters because we need those. And I just want to see where this coal goes. I think if we get this stood up, that's probably a good place to call it an episode for the first one. Hopefully you found it good and enjoying it. All right, so the coal is going through. Is coal coming onto that other splitter? Can you feed a splitter that way? You cannot. You cannot feed a splitter that way. That is okay. That's okay. It doesn't break our whole world. We can still make this work, I think. And that's the fun of Factorio. So we're going to take this off. We need a new plan. So you are going to get sucked off, or take you off. We are going to need a splitter that goes here, right? Because we need an undergroundy. It's going to go all the way to here. Yep, we'll split coal there. It's not perfect. Oh, we can do it better, though. Do it better. This will make sense in a minute. To keep the existing blueprint tileable, we do something like that. And then we should be able to do this. And connect him up. And now we're passing coal to the next one when we get there, which we haven't. And we should start to see these guys fill up. And we're going to have more iron than we know what to do with. So I have to figure out where I'm going to take it. So let's turn, oh, these are already on. Throw these down. We have those. Don't think we have enough belts, but throw down the belts all the way down. And what else? I'm gonna turn off the ghost builder maybe. And we have enough belts to bring it all the way down to that. We do. Cool. Yep. It's good news. And looks like we're missing power. Fill these in. can. We can. All right. And I think what we probably want to do is just start filling stuff in best we can. And then I'll show you one last trick. You can pick up from a belt. For me, the key is F, so I'm going to hold F and pick up that. There we go. Done it. Obviously, need more miners urgently, so let's build some. And is it telling us our research is done? It sure is. All right, well, let's put the rest of the research into queue. There we go. That should be almost all of that might be all of red research. Perfect. Very cool. So, Factorio, what do you guys think? You loving it? You think it's good? Good for the channel? I'm interested in your opinions. Should we keep playing? Again, I am not the most min-maxer. I'm going to trying to do my best to explain what I'm doing as I go. Like I said, far from perfect, but I think we could do a good fun series of exploring the new space age content. It'll take us a little while to honestly, it'll take us a little while to get there. Why are you? But we will, and it'll be awesome. So, yeah, that's my pitch to you. So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe and continue to watch this playthrough, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And again, like I said, we will learn stuff, we will test stuff out, I will make mistakes that you can learn from and do differently. And yeah, I think that I will also try to teach folks along the way how I'm doing it. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.